Claire trusted her calendar more than her memory. It wasn't that she was forgetful, but her life had become busy enough that everything important ended up on her phone. Meetings, birthdays, dentist appointments, reminders to renew subscriptions, and even small tasks she didn't want to overlook were all recorded there. If something appeared in her calendar, she assumed there was a reason for it. That was why the appointment caught her attention immediately. It appeared on a Monday morning while she was drinking coffee before work. She had opened her calendar to check the week ahead when she noticed an entry on Thursday afternoon. Meet Daniel, 3:15 p.m. Claire stared at it for several seconds. The appointment looked completely ordinary, yet she had no memory of creating it. She opened the entry expecting to find details that would explain everything, but the entry contained only the name, the time and the date. The absence of context bothered her. She was meticulous about her schedule. Every meeting had a location, every reminder had a note, and every appointment had a purpose. This one seemed to have appeared without any of those things. After a moment, she deleted it and continued with her day. But the following morning, it was back. Same day, same time, same wording. Claire felt a small wave of irritation. She checked whether the entry belonged to another calendar, searched through all emails and looked through her contacts. Several people named Daniel appeared, but none of them made sense. The more she investigated, the stranger the appointment became. What unsettled her wasn't the name itself. It was the realization that she could find no trace of how the appointment had entered her calendar in the first place. By Wednesday evening, she found herself thinking about it far more often than she wanted to admit. While making dinner, she caught herself wondering whether she should simply ignore it or try to discover what it meant. Eventually, curiosity won. Instead of deleting the appointment again, she decided to leave it untouched and see what happened. Thursday arrived. The morning passed uneventfully. Claire attended meetings, answered emails, and worked through a stack of reports that had accumulated on her desk. By lunchtime, she had forgotten about Daniel, and at 3:10 she left the office and headed toward the parking garage. Rain had begun falling lightly, and people hurried along the pavement with their heads down. Claire crossed a narrow side street and was halfway to the garage entrance when a cyclist lost control on the wet road. The bicycle slid sideways and the rider hit the ground awkwardly before skidding into the curb. Claire hurried over to help. The man sat up slowly and rubbed his shoulder. He looked embarrassed more than injured. Together they moved the bicycle out of the road and onto the pavement. Claire handed him a packet of tissues from her bag when she noticed blood on his hand. The man thanked her and laughed awkwardly at his own clumsiness. For a few moments they exchanged sort of casual conversation strangers often have after an unexpected incident. Then, as he prepared to leave, he extended his hand. "I'm Daniel." The name landed with surprising weight. Claire felt a tightening in her chest and glanced instinctively at her phone. The time was exactly 3:15 p.m. For the rest of the evening, she tried to convince herself that the entire thing had been a coincidence. Strange, certainly, but hardly impossible. People met strangers every day, and some of those strangers happened to be called Daniel. Yet the explanation felt less convincing than it should have. The appointment had not merely predicted a name, it had predicted a moment. The following Tuesday, another appointment appeared. "Take the stairs, 11:40 a.m. Claire stared at the screen. Unlike the first entry, this one felt less like a meeting and more like advice. She considered deleting it, and then decided against it. By now she wanted answers. more than she wanted peace of mind. At 11:35 she stood in the lobby of her office building. The lift doors opened and closed as employees moved between floors. Claire looked at the lift and then at the stairway. She couldn't have explained why, but she chose the stairs. Curiosity, perhaps, or caution. Either way, she climbed to the 4th floor on foot. And shortly after noon, an email circulated through the building. One of the lifts had malfunctioned and become stuck between floors. Nobody had been injured, but several employees had spent nearly an hour trapped inside while technicians worked to release them. Claire read the email twice. Over the following months, the appointments continued. They appeared irregularly and never concerned anything dramatic. They didn't predict stock market crashes or winning lottery numbers. Instead, they focused on ordinary moments. A reminder to leave home 15 minutes later than usual. A suggestion to call her mother on a particular evening. An instruction to bring an umbrella despite the clear weather forecast. Each time Claire followed the advice, something happened that made her pause. A traffic accident delayed her usual route to work. Her mother revealed she had suffered a fall earlier that day. A sudden storm drenched everyone caught outside without shelter. Individually, none of these moments proved anything, but together they formed a pattern that became increasingly difficult to ignore. Gradually, Claire stopped asking where the appointments came from and began asking a different question. Why were they helping her? The entrance never made her richer. They never gave an advantage over anyone else. They seemed interested only in protecting her from small misfortunes, as though someone were quietly adjusting the course of her life by a few degrees at a time. Nearly a year passed before the final appointment appeared. Friday, 6 p.m., last appointment. The wording unsettled her more than anything that had come before. She checked the entry several times a day throughout the week, half expecting it to disappear. But it never did. When Friday finally arrived, Claire left work early and spent the evening at home. At exactly 6 o'clock her phone vibrated. She opened the appointment and saw that for the first time a note had been attached. You have reached the point where our help is no longer required. Claire read the sentence several times. It felt oddly formal, almost like the closing line of a letter. Before she could do anything else, the appointment vanished. Over the following days, she searched her calendar history, her backups and every corner of her phone. She hoped to find some trace of the strange entries that had accompanied her for almost a year, but she found nothing. It was as though they had never existed. Life continued. Months passed, then years, and the appointments never returned. Yet Claire never completely stopped thinking about them. Sometimes, during difficult periods, she would remember the cyclist she met at exactly 3:15 p.m. Sometimes she would think about the lift or the countless small moments that had quietly changed direction because of a few words on the screen. Most of all, she thought about the final message. At first, she had taken comfort in it, but later she wasn't so sure. Because there's a profound difference between believing you have been taking care of yourself all along and discovering that for reasons you may never understand, someone else had been watching over you.